Happy 4th of July, everybody! Hey, what's going on, Geeks? Maxusthebeast is here. And welcome to a 4th of July, not really themed, but special edition of Story Time. By the time you guys are seeing this, this will be 4th of July, so it all makes sense. Boom, boom, Pikachu, bleh. The gameplay you were seeing right here in the background is For Honor. Yes, I'm playing against bots because I suck. And it also takes like 5 hours to find a game, so that's why I'm not showing gameplay of me actually playing against people, because bots are easier to find than people. Anyway, so what do Americans do? What us normal Americans do on a pretty much daily basis across the country? We work, right? Even as people who don't have full-time jobs, occasionally we'll get a job. Or some people have part-time. So today's story time is going to be themed around stories from work. You know, this can only be good, right? So, a little bit of background about where I work. I work for my neighbors about twice a year whenever they go on vacation and take care of their animals. They used to have 4 horses and 2 dogs. And at one point they had a cat too. But since then, those have all passed away. Not because of me sucking at taking care of them. They would always die, like, right after I would finish. I mean, one of them took, like, 5 months to die after I finished taking care of him. I didn't poison or kill him or anything. Don't worry about that. Nothing suspicious going on with me. I'm a legal and normal caretaker. Work hard. But okay, I made everyone just immediately go suspicious, but so trying to save myself. So I value my work ethic. I think of it highly, and yeah. Anyway, enough about me. More about the stupid and weird things that happen to me. So the first or second time I was ever working for them, it was when they had all 4 horses. And both dogs. This one dog, Gomer, eventually would go deaf. But whenever he would see you, he'd become super excited. He would dance. He was scared of people because when they got him, they got him from a shelter and his previous owners abused him. So he was scared of most male figures. But he eventually got to the point where he trusted me because he knew I provided food for him. But this was back when he wasn't deaf, so he could still hear me. I call for him because I already fed the other dog. And his dog bowl is stretching the borders between my neighbor's property and the people who live behind them. Which, I don't know why they put it all the way out there. I guess because Gomer liked to explore the outdoors. I don't know. But it was there. And I went over there. I called for Gomer. Gomer comes, and this other dog comes out of nowhere with him. Hello, Mr. Random Dog I've never seen before in my life. Why are you at my neighbor's house? So, of course, I'm like, what the freak, who are you? Me being the logical person I am, decided to go pet the strange dog. Well, not pet, but go look at the strange dog's collar to see if I could find, like, a phone number or home address or something where the dog, some clue who the dog belongs to. Anyone who was watching this, I don't encourage you to go up to strange dogs you've never seen before in your life and start touching their collar. But in this scenario, I had to because it's just me. I'm working. I have a job to do, and I can't have some strange dog walking around. So there's nothing really on the collar that's leading me anywhere. So that's pretty much a no-go. But up the road, I see a couple people talking. I live in a rural area, so a couple of the local farmers had gotten together to talk about, I don't know, whatever farmers would be talking about. Probably cows. They're all cattle farmer, beef farmers. Um, so I'm like, maybe they know this person. Maybe they lost the dog, because the dog did come from the direction where the people were standing. So maybe they came from there. Well, maybe the dog came from there. So I get the dog's attention with a treat, and lure him out onto the road safely, of course. Fortunately, no cars or trucks or anything came that direction. I mean, during the day, there's really nothing. Nobody will come out during the day. Very few trucks ever come out in the morning at time. So I walk the dog over to the two farmers, and ask, does this dog belong to you? Or, if not, do you know the person who does? One of them said, well, we did see a truck go by. And the other one said, oh yeah, that's my friend's neighbor's dog. Steele. The guy's neighbor is out of town right now, but I'm sure if you give his friend a call, he'll come and take his dog back. So, I do that. We wait at the end of my neighbor's driveway. And after like 15 minutes of sitting with this dog, the dog only had one eye because of some freak accident or some fight with another dog took out his eye. But anyway, so the guy's neighbor arrives, and he loads the dog into the back of his truck. And then he starts talking to me, like, he asks questions about, like, what the dog did when he was over here, over to my neighbor's place. He asked pretty much about the story I told him, everything that had happened. Then he started talking about, the guy started talking about his dogs, and pulling out his phone and started trying to find a picture of him. This went on for like 5 minutes. He eventually found the picture he was looking for, showed it, cute dogs, but I had things to do. I still had to deal with 2 other horses, and I don't have time to have casual conversation with somebody. He needs to get the dog in the truck and go. So this was dragging on for another 15 minutes. He started talking. I'm like, are you going to leave me alone? I didn't want to be rude and say, okay, I need to get back to work or anything. But my mind was just like, can you please shut up, take the dog, and get out of here? At this point, I contacted my mom. She was up there now. Because, at this point, when there's a strange guy you never met in your life coming to pick up a dog, you don't know what's going to happen, The guy eventually decides to take the dog back to the house, why he came in the first place, and he goes back to his place, and I'm assuming drops the dog off. A couple of years later, just a fun fact, I go out into my garage because I want a soda, and my dad was doing some yard work, so the garage door was open, and there's good old Steele the dog in our driveway. Just like, who the heck invited you? Why are you here? But, this time we didn't really call anybody. The dog just scampered off. I'm assuming he went back home. Another time, It was kind of rainy, so my mom didn't trust me going up the road by myself. I get to ride a golf cart. It's a lot of fun being able to drive a golf cart. That's one of the highlights of working for the Coles. Or for my neighbors. That's one of the highlights of working for them. So, it was a rainy day. My mom didn't trust me going up the road on frickin' storm. It wasn't really storming, but it was pretty strange rain. Roads were pretty bad, so I didn't want... I mean, it's a farm-use vehicle, guys, so don't think I'm driving without a license or unlawful vehicle or whatever. I'm not. It's a farm-use vehicle. I'm only going, like, not even a quarter of a mile. It's going up the road, and literally takes, like, 2 minutes. 2-minute trip. But even though it's not that far to go, it was rain and wind was getting weird, so Mom didn't trust me, so she decided to go with me. We go back into the barn to feed up the horses that live in the barn. At this point, one of them had passed away, so there's only one horse in that back barn. So we're back there. We go into the barn. There's a mouse just squirming around on the floor, dying. My neighbors had put... I think it may have tried to go into their garden, which is pretty close to their horse pasture. Well, their backyard horse pasture. So, I'm assuming went back there. They put some kind of thing some kind of chemical or whatever to kill rodents that'll try to eat the vegetables and plants that they have back there. So apparently the poison was starting to kick in. The mouse was just writhing on the floor. My mom has a phobia of pretty much any rodent. So she's freaking out. Me being the guy I am, start thinking about how many diseases the thing can carry, because I have to be in the medical field, and let's be serious, my YouTube profile picture is a plague doctor. And rats and mice carry the disease that the plague doctors worked with. So, anyway. Mom's freaking out. There's a frickin' dying, writhing mouse on the floor. Never had to deal with this before, and hopefully we'll never have to do that again. We don't know. I just start thinking and doing. I just start acting. I pick up a snow shovel, which is also used for shoveling out poop out of the stalls. And I get my mom to get a rake or some other long tool to push it onto the snow shovel, because I couldn't get it to go on the shovel. That was a problem. So we eventually get this mouse onto the shovel. We walk outside the barn, and I just chuck it in the woods. Easy peasy, but it did kind of shake my mom, and the next day I did check for mice or any kind of rodent. Because, you know, sometimes if you see one mouse, there may be a nest. Off topic to work, but there was one time where a mouse got into my dad's car, made a nest in the glove compartment, and chewed through his golf bag to get to a granola bar he left in there. It kind of sort of relates since it's about mice, but, you know. Another instance was a time when there was another time when I went back to that same barn to take care of that horse, and this horse didn't seem to be doing okay. Like, he hobbled around his stall like he was hurt. It didn't seem natural the way he was walking. I thought, good gosh, if this horse like has a broken leg or something, I don't know what to do. The owners are not going to be home for another few days, so I can't do anything. I don't know what to do. I eventually decided to try to coax him out into the field to see, or out into his pasture to see if, is this really bad? Is this bad? Is this something not really life-threatening? Also, look at that glitch with the sword right there. Is this something life-threatening, or is this just something stupid, like he stepped on a stick and it got caught in between his hoof, or something like that? I don't know. I eventually coax him out into the field with a carrot. He goes out, he finally comes out after like 10 minutes of me just standing there. He finally comes back out into the pasture, and he has a limp. And he sounds like he's gonna vomit. So, I call my parents just like, listen, I think we might have a sick horse up here. I need help. So they get up there, we call my neighbors, we try to get the horse to walk. My dad and I led the horse around the pasture to see if, it can kind of get the pain to go away, like maybe he just got a cramp or something, I don't know. But he could have been, according to the neighbor, he could have been colicking. He could have gotten choked on something, and just the thing's lodged in his throat or something. So, and whatever it is that he ate is stuck in his throat. We didn't know, so my neighbor gave us the phone number for her sister, who is a horse vet, so she's probably going to be the most qualified to give us advice on how to deal with the horse that, could be choking to death. So we reach her, and she gives us I forget what exactly the advice was, it's been a while, but she gives us some advice that does help, and after a while, he stopped sounding like he's gonna puke. I think he was colicking, which you don't know, it's like some kind of weird crap going on with his throat. I mean, it's not like he's choking, but it can cause him to, like, I don't exactly know all the medical terms. I'm not a vet. Don't take my word as a vet. But I think it was colicking. And the limp was caused because I was right, something had gotten caught in his hoof. And in that evening, my neighbor's sister came over and fished that out, because both the neighbor and her sister both said, don't try to, even though he probably knows you very well by now, don't try to lift up his hoof, because even though he's a very gentle horse, animals are still unpredictable. So we take the advice and we just let her deal with it. She gets the thing out of his foot, and the next day he was pretty much back to normal. My last story comes from an actual experience inside of their house. So, like I said at the start of this video, they had a cat named Dora. Not after the explorer, but it was a cat nonetheless, and was named as Dora. I don't know if it was named after anything in particular. I don't think it was named after the TV show, but I don't even know if it was named after anything. It just could have been named Dora because they like the name. I don't know. I don't make the names. But Dora was a small, chubby, gray cat. She was a nice cat. And I would take up time with her whenever I would visit. I remember taking a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time guidebook into the house while the cat sat on the couch beside me. And I would read and the cat would sleep. But there was one day when I went there to feed her where I couldn't find her. Like, the cat had certain areas where she could go, which was pretty much the basement area, the guest rooms down the basement, and living room, sunroom, and kitchen. But we couldn't find her in any of those areas. So, I'm kind of worried. I don't know why I keep saying we. I looked pretty much everywhere, including the rooms where the cat just shouldn't be in general. Like, why the heck would a cat be where she ain't supposed to be? You know? But after, I don't know how long it was of me searching, I go down to the downstairs guest room. Excuse me. And I hear a noise like something's moving. And my hopes rise because it's like, oh my gosh, it's finally this cat. I finally found her after a long time of searching. Underneath one of the guest beds, the cat was taking a snooze under there. I wasn't that happy that the cat decided it's a good idea to wander off like that and hide and take a snooze somewhere where I couldn't find her. But it was all good in the end because, you know, I found her. I was able to take care of her, the care I needed to. Feed her. Her litter box was fine that day, so I didn't have to do anything with that. It was all hunky-dory. It could have gone better. I could have found her sooner. But the important thing is I found her, and I was able to give her the proper care that she needed to survive. Because I'm a good caretaker. Yay. So anyway, guys, I hope you have an amazing 4th of July, whether that's seeing a bunch of fireworks, just spending some time with your family, reminiscing about memories, going to family get-togethers, or just staying at home and doing something patriotic. Hope you have a great 4th of July, whatever it is you end up doing. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and comment down below if you are hyped to see more story time and some of your 4th of July traditions. My traditions typically include the Saturday after the 4th, we get together with my cousins and whatever. Maybe this will call for another story time eventually, where I talk about 4th of July experience or family get-together experiences. Maybe leave a like for that. Or comment down some ideas for me to talk about. I mean, of course, I'm gonna have to make sure I've actually done these things before talking about them. I'm not gonna make up stories. But, yeah. If you are new and you want to see content similar to this, please consider leaving a subscribe. Each subscription counts. As always, guys, you need to join the Geekz because there's some pretty exciting things coming down the pike. It would have been funny if I was still playing as the Lawbringer, who is literally using a pike. Hopefully you guys are excited for some more story time in the future. I'll be sure to do some more things IRL to share for you lovely folks. And as always, oh, and like I said earlier, have a great 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. And if you live in another country, because some of my demographic lives in, like, Australia, in Mexico which don't celebrate the 4th. So have a great day in general if you live in another country, and have a great Independence Day if you live here in the States. As always, Maxusthebeast is out.